fancy meeting you here.
We'll meet again, Doctor. I am a singer, hear my story, 18 years is my age. Locked in a federal prison like a bird in a cage. Rich man buys the lawyer, poor boy gotta do the time. What was my transgression? What was my dreadful crime? Did I take my gun? Did I shoot my brother? Rob, steal? Did I kill my wife? What debt do I owe to pay with 5 years of my life? My father was an old moonshiner, like his father and his before. Make good whiskey in a dry county, make it from the corn we grow. I was born in South Kentucky where the sun don't ever shine. Poor boy better not break the law, better not make that sweet moonshine. I was my father's helper, drove the car to the county line. I'm 18, makes me guilty, federal crime to sell moonshine. Been caught before they caught us again, they threw the book to right the wrong. Didn't pay the taxes on our whiskey, I'm in jail and sing my song. My father was an old moonshiner, like his father and his before. We make good whiskey in the dry county, make it from the corn we grow. We need law, we need order, can't have criminals everywhere. 5 years for making whiskey, tell me, do you think that's fair? It ain't cocaine, it's just corn liquor, we just make what the people buy. Government says you sell moonshine, gonna take 5 years of a poor boy's life. My father was an old moonshiner, like his father and his before. We make good whiskey in a dry county, make it from the corn we grow, make it from the corn we grow. My father was an old moonshiner, like his father and his before. We make good whiskey in a dry county, make it from the corn we grow, make it from the corn we grow. All right,
By the great Harvey Reid.
the Moonshiner's Blues, they call that. Well, you know, that tells a true story. I always have to tell the story. I'll try to tell it fast, but I only played one prison gig in my life. I've been wearing black ever since, but
long way back many years ago, I was in a little bluegrass band, and we played at a federal prison. I met a young man there named Bill from Central City, Kentucky. I remember so much, just so many things about him, and everything I remember about him is in that song. That he had worked for his father, making and selling moonshine, and he was doing 5 years of hard time in a federal prison for selling whiskey, for not paying the taxes, the Whiskey Tax Act. And it seemed like a good song to do now that all those thousands of people who were in prison for possession of weeds there are, I meant to even look up and find out how many people are being arrested every year still for selling whiskey illegally. It's an old issue. I think it's the only time when, so far, that the federal government has sent actual army troops to quell its own citizens. George Washington himself rode his horse and took an army to Pennsylvania to fight the farmers who were making and selling whiskey against the wishes of the federal government. If you can imagine a government behaving like that.
Well, in our town, we've got, remember our friend told us about how you go up the York River and you see these little cutouts where they used to be hiding the whiskey in the
Maine was a smuggler's paradise during Prohibition.
Yeah.
Well, you keep telling.
Well, hello there, everyone.
What am I doing?
It's great
I'm
to be back. You're getting a guitar, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to the Puffin and Loon, and so we're doing one a month through December, and we're excited to be back because you guys really inspire us. We've got a lot of new songs we haven't done, and well, this next song we're actually we want to honor Loretta Lynn, who passed away. Was it last week?
Very recently.
Very recently, and. I enjoyed, I've just really enjoyed her music, and she's an inspiration as a songwriter and a champion of women. She got into some issues, you know.
Well, we were gonna do. Yeah. We have worked up before. I think maybe with our country band, but we have actually. You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man, which is not exactly the right song for us right now.
I feel like that's a younger version of me that was more worried.
You suggested maybe we could do You're the Reason Our Kids Are Ugly. But
I did not. I found out that she wrote it. She did that with Conway Twitty, I think.
Yeah, we went. That doesn't do her justice.
No.
But this was
She didn't write this one, but this is one that
it was a big
we
song
love of hers. Yeah.
For her all through her career. Came out in May of 1965 on her fourth album, 1 month before.
I'm kind of jealous, actually, of the fact that her son drove her bus around. I think he was her bus.
Really?
Am I making that up? I might have made that up.
You got more facts than me.
Anyway, and she would just leave and go off on the bus and play gigs everywhere, and I love the way she said on the Ken Burns thing, somebody's got to pay for the house. And I'm like, yeah, man, how am I going to get, Otto got his license, so I could possibly have a driver now. It's very exciting. All right.
You want to kick this one off?
Give me the rhythm. Country boy set out to see the world. Remember when those neon lights shine down? That big old moon shines on your Kentucky girl. I swear I love you by the moon above you. How bright is it shining in your world? Some morning when you wake up all alone, when you wake up all alone.
Just come on home to your blue Kentucky girl. Just come on home to your blue Kentucky girl.
Oh, we kind of need Hank and Dixie and the Naughty Pine Boys
Oh,
to
you
back
did
us
great.
up on that one.
Love that. Love the
Little near music there. Near.
That sure was fun having them. Was that last? That was September, right?
That what? No, that was in July.
No, but we had them on
Oh,
our live stream
In July.
in July. Oh yeah.
July
Okay,
20th.
sorry.
Yeah.
Time
Well,
doesn't
we
exist.
played
It's
at
some-
Lonesome. We headlined Lonesome.
Yeah,
Fest
that's why it feels.
with,
Yeah,
with Hank and Dixie.
right. Oh, I'm gonna step aside and.
Well, you can talk to him for a minute.
I'm excited to hear Harvey play the auto harp that Carol sent our way. We're so appreciative of that. We love when you guys send us things. We love when you send us notes, and so thanks for all your comments. Sorry if sometimes we don't see them. Saw a few today that were. We'll try and respond on YouTube. You can comment, and hopefully there's a few people out there chatting. Anyway, it's great to be back. I'm going to step aside.
I'm going to play this magnificent mountain harp made by Ron Wall. Here's a tune by a man named William Batchelder Bradbury called Sweet Hour of Prayer. Oh, I want to sing that. We should do it another time when we can sing the words. It's such nice words. In seasons of distress and grief, my soul has often found relief, and oft escaped the tempter's snare by thy sweet hour of prayer. The guy that wrote that was from this little town in Maine. He was born and raised right here, just blocks from here. His father was the choir director at our little church we go to, and he was one of the great hymn writers of American culture. He wrote one called Jesus Loves Me. He wrote one called Angel Band. He wrote one called He Leadeth Me. He wrote, boy, all kinds of great songs. What's on our list? Ooh.
Well, yeah, I was tempted to go show them a picture of where you were today.
Oh, yeah.
I posted I actually posted today on social media and showed a picture of where Harvey was. He was at the top of a very, very tall ladder. We've been working on a building, this building and our house, and it is a spiritual journey of sorts. But man, the journey to the top of that ladder. Tell me how long has it taken you to get comfortable? I mean, not that you're comfortable.
28 years.
What do you call it?
My 24-step program.
24-step program.
Although it was a lot more steps than that today, yeah. Well, devotional work is old stuff. St. Francis did a lot of that. He loved to fix up old churches and...
Necessity is, or what is it? Yeah, necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah. So here's a bluegrass song, although I'm sure it predates bluegrass. It's obviously peasant music, and you can't really, you can't radiocarbon date peasant music. 'Cause the early, it wasn't even usually written down in sheet music. So the earliest recordings of any peasant music was the 1920s. And I don't know when this one was first recorded. The reason it has spread around the bluegrass world is partly because it's a simple song that you can learn right away, like a lot of good gospel songs from Americana. You don't need to read the sheet music to this and here. And
I never told you the story of playing in church on Sunday.
And this one also got around because Bill Monroe made a point, did this one regularly. But then, Jerry Garcia and David Grisman and Old and in the Way did a nice reverent version of this, channeled. So any of you that are out there working on your igloos, getting ready for winter, this is for you. You want to get it going a little bit? No, sometimes things, check with the chat with the folks there and see if they're getting anything. I'm gonna get my Dobro out. Yeah, every now and then the computer gets weird.
It's been for a little while, though.
Well, see if anybody's getting up. You got your phone around? This would be a good time to remind you, we do this when we can. We've done dozens of these this year. We hope to do, we've got one planned for each of the next 2 months. And if you subscribe to the Puffin and Loon on YouTube, you can find out, get notified. We send you an email if we can. Hopefully they don't end up in your junk things there. And feel free to check with us if you're not getting those emails. If you're getting 2 or 3 of them. And you can visit us at woodpecker.com or joyscream.com. Everything okay over there, girlfriend? Do a Joyce Anderson song for you.
We are? Right now? Oh, okay.
I think that's the next thing on our list.
Yeah, yeah.
This was the first song on what? It's hard to pick a best album. All your albums are your best albums, but your Love and Thirst album is a mighty record, and this was, I think, the opening song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Love and Thirst album. I just listened to a little bit of that the other day. I was pleased. It's quite a cast of characters on that one.
I didn't play on this song on the album, but I played lap steel on something.
Yeah.
I think I played the 12-string guitar on that Eric Anderson song. Was that on? I think, yeah. All right.
One called Riding on a Train. From a mill, from a mine, from a store, a sailor, a soldier, a prisoner of war, a banker, a beggar, a dancer, a monk, a hustler, a healer, a puppet, a punk, the dreamers, the believers, the hungry, the sated, the bold, the meek, the generous, jaded, the joyous, the needy, the cruel, the kind, the rich, the poor, the deaf, the blind. We're riding on this train. We're riding on this train. We're riding on this train.
Hobos.
Hobos. Another
Speaking of
hobo
hobos,
song?
let's do another hobo song for you. I've seen a few hobos in my travels. Although they're just the lingering, I think I read somewhere that in the heyday there and then in the Depression, something like tens of thousands of people would go in and out of some place like Kansas City on a typical day. Just the trains were just filled with people, just going places.
Wow. You mean in the boxcars?
Well, I don't know how they got. I had the idea back when I was hitchhiking around a lot. I thought I would hobo the Winnebagos. That was my big idea. I never actually did it, but I thought
You got
it'd be.
those ladders right up the
Oh,
side.
I know. I was gonna just sneak up when they pulled into a rest area somewhere. I was gonna sneak up on top, climb on the top of a Winnebago and get a free ride. I need my guitar.
So I think we're back. I mean, I could go check. Might have lost a lot of people there. Oh well, it's all right. No one said it would be easy.
Sometimes the computer acts up for no reason and the show is still fine.
No, it went.
Maybe our dogs were watching movies on the internet.
Oh, I was gonna also tell you if you're feeling it, I'm a little jealous because Harvey. I mean, we're not really. Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great. You have 1,000 followers now on your website. We started this
On my
whole thing
YouTube channel?
streaming on your YouTube channel. We started this whole thing streaming on Joyce Anderson's YouTube channel, and then as soon as I was getting up 800 and something 50 followers, we stopped and we tried this one. But I would love it if people would subscribe to my channel too. That'd be great. I'm ready. We want to. Anyway, it's just a plea. I'm excited to get up to 1,000. It'll make me feel excited. So that's what I have to say about that. And Harvey's, if you haven't. So we got 3 channels, and we got Harvey, you just put up something on your channel. Yeah, what if something from long ago?
Yeah, I've been. One of the things I've been doing besides working on a building is I've been working on a pile of media and all those books and tapes and records and VHS this and that and DVDs. They make quite a mess if you just let them pile up for decades, and that's trying to get them all into at least where you can't see them.
We're emptying a building.
Yeah. And I've been finding some videos of you and me. You know, sometimes you do a gig and people hand you a little DVD or an audio recording. Hey, that was a nice show you did here. You're having the sound man. And then you don't listen to it for 30 years. So I found some things that I didn't know. Although it's a little scary to see what you looked like way back when.
You look so wise now.
Yeah, wise behind the ears. We're going to do a very well-known song. And
Go to sleep, you weary hobo.
nice warm boxcar,
safe from all the wind and snow.
go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by.
Do not, can't you hear the steel rails humming? That's a hobo's lullaby. I know your clothes are torn and ragged,
And your hair
is turning gray.
lift your head and smile at
Trouble, you'll find happiness someday.
Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails
Humming, that's a hobo's lullaby.
Can't you hear the steel rails
Humming, that's a hobo's lullaby.
The Hobo's Lullaby. People associate that song so much with Woody Guthrie, and he may be the reason that people know the song. I think that's the version that I learned long ago from Arlo Guthrie. Arlo did, I think, still the best version. That's Woody's son, one of Woody's 8 children by 3 different wives. Woody was quite a character. But Woody did not write that song. Neither did Arlo. And it seems it's owned by the descendants of a man named Goebel Reeves, who was an interesting character. He was born in 1899 and was one of many people that got a guitar and wandered around living the hobo life. And I think he did it by choice rather than by... he was a real character, and in the 1930s he recorded that song, The Hobo's Lullaby.
D chord. D chord. Is it D chord?
But I was just trying to find out who played the wonderful guitar part on Arlo's recording. A woman named Abby Goodman played the cello. I don't know anything about her, but I couldn't find out who played the guitar part, because maybe it was Arlo, but it does. I don't think he sang while he played it. Little finger style thing. But I stumbled on the melody of that song goes back to 1862, I think. A man named George Root, who was mostly known for writing a song called Rally Round the Flag. Boys will rally round the flag. The Battle Cry of Freedom, it's called. But he also wrote a song called Just Before the Battle, Mother. Had a comment.
Wait, what are we talking about now?
That song we just sang.
Oh, where the melody
Lullaby.
came
Yeah,
from?
the melody came from a Civil War melody called Just Before the... Hark, I hear the bugles sounding, 'tis the signal for the fight.
Hark, I hear the bugle sounding, like that?
Yeah, 'tis the signal for the fight. And I'm guessing, apparently they play that song a lot in Canada in Victoria Day celebrations. And Gobel Reef spent a lot of time in Canada.
It got stuck in his mind. He might have forgotten where it came from.
Well, it was common to write words to existing melodies, but that one... So, speaking of words to existing melodies, speaking of Woody Guthrie, we're gonna plunge into Woody Guthrie territory here and do one of his Dust Bowl classics. Like someone out there, hopefully is still watching. The matriarch of my family was living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the Dust Bowl. She's living down the street now, and but in the 1930s, it was a real thing, man. The dust was everywhere. It was in her refrigerator. It came in almost like when the nor'easter snows blow here. You can't keep the snow out of the Puffin Loon Lounge. It finds every little crack. But the dust didn't melt the way the snow does. So, and Woody was in 1940. That was a big year for Woody. He wrote "This Land Is Your Land" in that year in the fall, and he wrote this one after going to see a new movie that had just come out. I did read somewhere. I think he went to see it with Pete Seeger, but I'm not sure. He went to see The Grapes of Wrath, starring Henry Fonda, and it's still listed in those crusty old lists of legendary great movies of all time. But the next morning, Woody stayed up all night drinking and typing, and they found his the empty bottle and the typewriter full of 17 verses of this song. The next morning, so we're gonna take a deep breath here and see if we can channel the story of Tom Joad here. An Okie. I just got to get this guitar. You a horse coming out of the gate there?
Yeah, I thought you wanted me to do a little.
That was awful fast. Can you just drone that thing? Just give it a...
You wanted me to play a little, and then I was going to stop, and then you started.
Tom Joad got out of McAllister Pen. There he got his parole. 4 long years on a man-killing charge. Tom Joad came walking down the road. Tom Joad came walking down the road. It was there he found him a truck driving man. There he caught him a ride. Said, I just got loose from that old McAllister pen on a charge called homicide. On a charge called homicide. Well, the truck rolled away in a big cloud of dust. Tommy turned his face towards home. He found Preacher Casey, and Preacher Casey said, told him that his family, they was gone. Told him that his family, they was gone. Well, he found his tractored out by the cats, Tom. They've been tractored out by the cats. Mama said we gotta get away, Tom. His mama said we gotta get away. Well, the 12 of the Jodes made a mighty heavy load. Grandpa Jode, he cried. He picked up a handful of land in his hand. Said, I'm sticking with my farm till I die. I'm sticking with my farm till I die. They fed him soup and syrup and spare ribs and coffee. And Grandpa Jode, he died. They buried Grandpa Jode on the Oklahoma road and Grandma on the California side. And Grandma on the California side. On the mountain and they looked to the west. It looked like the promised land. A big green valley with a river running through. There was work there for every single hand. They thought there was work there for every single hand. Well, a deputy sheriff fired loose at a crowd. He shot a woman in the back. Before he could take his aim again, it was Preacher Casey dropped him in his tracks. Preacher Casey dropped him in his tracks. Well, they handcuffed Casey, they took him to jail, but he got away. He met Tom Joe on the Oklahoma road. These are the words he did say. These are the words he did say. Well, I preached for the Lord for a mighty long time. I preached about the rich and the poor. But working folks has got to stick together, or they ain't got a chance anymore, Tom. They ain't got a chance anymore. Well, the deputies come and Tom and Casey run place where the river runs down. A vigilante thug hit Casey with his club. He laid Preacher Casey on the ground. He laid Preacher Casey on the ground. Well, Tom, he grabbed that deputy's club, brought it down on his head. When Tommy took flight that dark rainy night, and a deputy lying dead. Two men, a preacher and a deputy lying dead. Well, Tom, he went to where his mother was asleep. He woke her up out of bed. He said these words to the mother that he loved. He told her what Preacher Casey said. He told her what Preacher Casey said. We all might be just one big soul. It seems that way to me. Wherever you look, in the day or the night, that's where I'm gonna be, Tom. That's where I'm gonna be. Wherever little kids are hungry at night, wherever people ain't free, wherever
fighting for their rights. That's where I'm gonna be, Mom. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna
Epic.
The story of Tom Joad. You know, I think I first heard that song. My oldest brother was a big fan of Country Joe and the Fish. And Country Joe McDonald actually made a really interesting album of all Woody Guthrie songs around 1972. Oh, you were going to bring me my guitar like Carol Merrill there? Thank you so much. And I think Country Joe did the definitive version of Tom Joad there on that record. Boy, it's with the Nashville backup band with Ray Edmonton and who are all those great Weldon Myrick and all those great session players, Charlie McCoy. So we're going to wrap it up tonight with a Lemon Jefferson song.
I think I said at the end of the last live stream to anyone in Maine or knows anyone in Maine, tell them about a festival I was doing on the 15th, but it's actually this Saturday. So Waldoboro, it's the Maine Fall Fiddle Festival. If you can send anyone to Waldoboro, Maine, that's going to be real fun. So just want to put that out there.
Neither of us looks or sounds anything even remotely like Blind Lemon Jefferson, but sure is good to channel some of his music.
Thanks for hanging in there despite our technical difficulties. Thanks so much.
We still don't know what happened, what might have happened.
Finish off with one more from the song train.
I played him in the spring, never won a doggone thing. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. I played him in the fall, never won at all. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds, whoa, Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds, oh Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play.
Jack against the queen, trying to turn my money green. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Play the jack against the king. Whoa, it made that dealer sing. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds, whoa, Jack of diamonds. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds, whoa, Jack of diamonds. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack against the ace, starvation stared me in the face. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Well, I told you last week about as plain as a man can speak. Gonna bring it to you, Mom, next day. Jack of diamonds, whoa, Jack of diamonds. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds, whoa, Jack of diamonds. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play.
Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play.
All right.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time
Yeah.
down the old live stream. Come visit us, and thank you so much for watching and listening
Thank
and
you so much
donating
for all
and
of your
cheering us
cheering
on.
us on, and yeah.
See you somewhere.
See you soon.
Stay.